Yes, my people, good morning, good morning, good morning. We're back here again. We have this video for you guys from our brother Stephanie Ramato. So our brother will talk to us how one or two persons try to attack people back whenever they talk about the failure of the Edo State government at the moment. So I'd like you guys to listen to this video. How on a day this morning. I beg if you're just joining us, help us to share. This video. We are right here and let's do this together. Are people out there? Is anybody right there with me? Let me see. Do we have a notification? Yeah, there's a notification. What's happening? Where's everybody? Where's everybody? Where's everybody? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Thank you, my people. I'm going to leave you to our brother now, Mr. Stephen Iramato. We're going to listen to her. And God bless all of you now.
Yeah, good morning, guys. It's going to be a very quick one right now. And, I did a video, I think, on Wednesday or thereabout, and about the action of the governor on the Nigerians, the workers in Edo State, and their forceful taking of the COVID-19 vaccine. And I made it very clear in that video, because many people actually just read your headings. They don't actually sit to actually watch the video to the end. They conclude and they put a very unpleasant comments on your wall. I don't actually read comments, but I don't know what actually took me to this comment by one guy that lives in Alabama, wherever in the United States of America. And he seems educated and learned also, but his approach and the rate at which he put his comment there doesn't actually sound as like a guy who is morally sound. You might be academically sound, you might have all the grammatical, constructions to put your words together, but when common sense becomes uncommon, then such a man is an illiterate, educated person. Okay, guys. Now, I want to say we all must understand in life there are different points of view to watching things, and we have our own point to everything that we do. Okay, we have our own point to everything that we do. Okay, from my angle, I'm seeing things might not be the same angle that you are seeing things. That's why we are different. That's why we reason differently. That's why our thoughts, our thinking, our doings can never be the same. Okay, you might love this Draculan, tyrannical system, but you live in a world whereby people are not be forced to do some certain things. You just heard in America, a governor has been recalled back in the country where you live in. You are going to be watching me. Okay, you're going to be watching me. You understand that you live in America where freedom exists. A governor will be recalled back. What was the reason of his comment? Because he was unable to fulfill the promises he made to his people. So it is only in Nigeria, even those of us who live abroad, who have lived our life abroad, who is benefiting from the benevolency and the developmental strives of other people, other nations, that will still be in that place, destroying our people, writing some rubbish just to make ourselves relevant in the face of these political criminals who now govern us today. So that really bothers me sometimes. When I'm on the social media space and I decide to read some comments, I will go back to your Facebook to actually see where you live. So when I see that you live abroad, like you live in these developed countries like the European countries, the North American countries, the Australian, I will start wondering what is really wrong somewhere. If you live in Asia, whereby this system is still operating, or you live in Africa, it's okay. Maybe that's the reason why. But if you live in a country like the US, where laws are carried out to the letter, and you support someone who is going against the law of the land, it baffles me, guys. It breaks me into pieces. I've been agitating for a new form, where the diasporans can actually come back and take over in the reign of leadership in my state. But when I hear or when I read some diasporas, comments, I have a rethink. I start thinking, am I sure I am actually making the right decision right now by calling these people home? Won't they be worse than the criminals with corporations in Nigeria? COVID-19 vaccination is not a crime. I've said it in many of my videos. But the modus of operandus of the taking in of this vaccine is the problem. We all must try to get this clear. I am talking from the point that I am seeing it from. We might not have the same point of view, guys. This is my opinion, an opinion of very many Edolites and Nigerians, and many people who also live abroad. I have explained these things many a times. I'm going to frame it today again to those who have not been able to understand the point of humanitarianism. I'm a humanitarian. I believe in the sanctity of life. I believe in freedom, justice, equity, fairness. I believe in the rule of law. Everything must be done according to the principle and the dictates of the law. If you fail in this, no matter how good you are not a good leader, guys. It doesn't matter the circumstances surrounding Obaseki's decision to forcefully, shove down the throat of Edolite the vaccination. It doesn't matter if he has good intentions, but the manner in which his intention is being carried out, if it's not, if it does not have the people's support, it is no more a good intention. Ali Udume, one of the Senate, the Senate leader, yesterday, was talking about the new borrowing, guys. And what did he say? He said, borrowing is not a crime. He said, but the way and manner the Senate are doing it is making people feel as if they have not become a rubber stamp. It is the same way. Because the governor says you all must take, and I've asked this question several times, how many doses of the COVID-19 vaccine do we have in Edo State? How many? Do we have up to 4.5? First dose, 4.5, second dose, that will give us 9 million doses. To now, be able to go around the entire Edo people. If we don't, we have never got up to 1 million doses coming into our state. Why coming up with this law, no vaccine, you can't go into the government facilities? When, if the people decided to, okay, we all want to come out and take the vaccine, does it have the capability to do that? Why are we not seeing it from the angle that some of us are seeing it from? Why are we so myopic in our thinking? Because we want to be in the good book of these criminals called government? Come on, guys. I don't lick anybody's house for anything. You don't live in a sane society and act insane. I'm not talking because I speak English. I don't even know how to speak the English anyways. I'm not talking because I'm so eloquent. You all know I'm a stammerer. But I talk, before I talk, I go deep into research. That's why anytime I come out to speak to people, to talk to you guys, I'm always trying to be on point. I give reasons, I give facts, because I am always on the news. I'm always on the page trying to study. I don't just come out to just come and say things the way I just feel like saying it. Nicki Minaj, I think about 4 days ago, she is still on the news in America right now because of her statement. She said her cousin uncle, who took this vaccine in the other part of North America, around those areas where the black people actually live, that today he has issues. So because of that, she's going to quietly restudy the vaccination, and also she also advise her followers to do same. I'm not sure this guy who's calling me a fool has actually listened to news. If he had, he would have known that the country where he's living, a high-ranking celebrity who has so much followers that believes in her, is telling our people, do not take the vaccine until you are sure that it is safe for you. I'm not so very sure also that this same guy who just called me a fool actually knew that the government, the company, and the pharmaceutical company that actually produce this vaccine had refused to sign any form of liability in case there is any side effect to the vaccine. Where on earth have you ever seen a pharmaceutical company not wanting to be liable for what they produce? If you are 100% confident of the vaccine that you have produced and sent into the world, why are you afraid to sign an undertaking if there is any issue of whatsoever, now or near future? Your company will be liable to pay damages to the persons or to the person or persons that have been affected. That will tell you guys that, listen, that there's something wrong somewhere that we all need to carefully follow. Let's leave the religious connotation or the religious conspiracy theory that have been emanating from the beginning. Let's deal on the scientific aspect of it, that people don't think. If I did not go to school, but I'm not a dummy. I'm not learned, I'm not educated, but I'm not a dummy. Common sense is there. When you don't have common sense, then you are not even educated. Now, let's go further. Do you know, in Sweden where I live, guys, a friend of mine had taken the first dose. She took the second dose. Now they're even telling her that she's going to take the third dose. Because there is always a different, variants coming up. There will be a different variants coming up at every point in time. So because of those different variances, you continually taking this vaccine into your body. You, those who have taken the vaccines, are also being asked to continually putting on face mask, do social distances, continually washing their hands with sanitizers, and all that may. My question to those people who are calling people like me, who is trying to say you need to educate the people on why they should take this to become a fool, is what angle are you watching or seeing this whole scenario from? Is it the angle of your paddy relationship with the government? Is it the angle because you've taken it? You feel it becomes necessary for everyone to take it. Bros, it is not. There are many people who take chloroquine, they died. Many of us actually grew up taking chloroquine while we were young. There are many people today who take some certain drugs. They have a very negative reaction in their body. Whereas there are many today who take the same drugs, they are fine and cool. So your body system will determine if you can take it or not. These are things they need to educate the people on. What are the benefits today of me taking the COVID-19 vaccine? Except the forceful, the forcefulness being imposed all over the world today, and I've not seen any other, basic benefits of the COVID-19. The only thing that they do is they say if you can't take it, you can't fly. If you can't take it, you can't go to work. If you can't take it, you can't go to market. If you can't take it, you can't go to shops. If you can't take it, you can't do this. If you can't take it, you can't do that. That's all. None of these people have actually come out to tell us these are the benefits that is accrued to the. So, if you take the vaccine, you are still going to have what they call you must go do COVID-19 test anytime you are traveling out of the country. Yeah. You're still going to do that. You're still going to put on your face mask. You're going to exhibit the social distancing. You're going to check your temperatures. Everything that the non-vaccinated will be undergoing, you're going to undergo them. Now, the question I asked was this. Why will I? Because I know if you take polio vaccine then, if you take the malaria vaccine and many other vaccines then, you are immune. So you don't get sick. You don't get breakdown. They say, yes, if you take COVID-19, it will not kill you. That was what the man said. I said, okay. Then I went into research again. I went to go and check. The people that died in America, the people that died in Nigeria, people that died in many of the countries, like people that died in Sweden. I went to do most of the research. Do you know what I saw, guys? Many of the people that died were people that actually have health issues. Health issues. People that actually have serious health issues already. Obesity, high blood pressure, and so on and so forth. Actually, the people that died of the COVID-19. I'm not saying they were supposed to die. Okay, guys? And I came back and said, okay, the regular flu that happens every year, how many people normally dies? The number of people that dies from the regular flu that happens every year, which also a virus, is more than the number of people that have died from the COVID-19 virus. I'm not saying COVID-19 exists. It's real. It's not hyping. It is real. But my take is the way and manner they are portraying it in our present world. So, if you feel that those of us who are standing against forceful vaccination without proper enlightenment are fools. So I don't know the definition of who you are in this whole scenario. Like I said in most of my videos, I speak for the generality of the Edo people. I'm the mouthpiece of the Edos. I am the voice of the voiceless. I am the hope of the hopeless. I'm one who is trying to bridge the gap between the bourgeois and the talakawas, or the downtrodden. Many cannot do what I'm doing now because they are scared of being victimized by the people in the corridor of power. But I speak without contradiction, without fear or favor. Because I believe if you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you die. It is better I speak and die, and people will remember me for what I stood for. Taking the vaccine is not a crime, but forceful vaccination without proper explanation is a crime against humanity. It is simple and pure. I also said yesterday to this guy, there are many benefits. Listen, there are many benefits that those who live in the Western world actually benefit from the government. We have what we call child benefits, house benefits, car benefit, whatever you can think of. And somebody asked me yesterday, said, but she makes so much money than what she gets. Said, child benefit, it doesn't matter who you are. If you like receive $1 million in a month, your child benefit is still coming in to your wife's or to your account, depending on which account is being used. Because child support. If your salary is very low, you are unable to pay your rent, you get housing allowance. In Sweden, we call it booster bidrag. You get it. Government supports you to balance your house rent. If you have no job at all, like in Sweden where I live, you will go under the social system. Social. They pay your bills. They take care of your bills. They pay your house rent and give you money to feed. If you go to the hospital, in Sweden where I live, you only pay to see the doctor. Every other thing is next to free. Except some certain drugs, which are like paracetamol and all that you have to buy yourself. But major drugs are given to you free of charge. While you are in the hospital, you get fed on daily basis. Doesn't matter how long you stayed in the hospital. Everything you use in the hospital is owned by the hospital, by the government of the day. So you understand that anybody who lives in such an environment can be easily persuaded, enticed into accepting the COVID-19 vaccine. Do you know why, guys? Because you are under the hook and the hook and the dukes of the government of the day. They practically own you. They take care of all your bills. If you don't have, even when you have a job, you still get some benefit from them. When the COVID-19 struck in February, March last year, I was in the hospitality industry. Like you all know, I've said it many times, I'm a professional chef, I'm a cook. I do that for a living. I cook anything. Now, when the COVID-19 struck, it actually affected the airline industry and the hospitality industry more because we are the one that's actually receiving guests a lot. So in Sweden, we lost about 80% of jobs under the hospitality industry in Sweden. Do you know what the government did? The government quickly enacted the law to kind of loosen the already existing law on what we call hotel, restaurant, or casa, which is more like an employment agency created by the government to take care of people that lost their jobs. Before, if you're a member of that casa, you must be there for at least a minimum of 6 months before you are entitled to benefit. The government quickly made a law and brought it to 3 months because the time frame that was given for people that will be retrenched, not sacked, retrenched from job, was a 3 months notice, so that those people that will be retrenched can also benefit from that very particular system. And many of us fell into that category, and we are receiving 85 to 95% of our salary on monthly basis for 1 whole year, while you are home. And they also help you search for jobs. So if a country like that comes up with this attitude of vaccination, forceful, whatever, people will begin to start understanding. These guys have done a lot for the people. They've massively supported their people. People will start reasoning with them. A low-income earner in Sweden, a cleaner in Sweden can go to the bank and take a loan to buy a property that was 300,000 euros. A guy who receives 1,500 euros per month can go to a bank in Sweden and take a loan to buy a house. So, if a country like that is telling their people, you need to take this, why do you think they would not do that, guys? This was my point. This was where I was going to. Before you start forcing people, what benefit are they actually getting from you except the job that they do? Which the job they do, that is their legitimate right. You are not paying them for free. They work to be paid. So if you call me a fool, so with all this narrative I put before you, then something must be wrong. So you see the angle I am coming from. I cannot tell a child that I have not actually helped all my life because I'm the biological father. I will tell the child to listen to me. It will be next to impossible. But when the child, gets all he needed from me as a father, the child is ready to listen to every of my instructions and order with little or no resistance. Let us not fool ourselves, guys. We live abroad. We know how this works. I've been around for 9 whole months. 9 months in Nigeria on a stretch. And I have seen, I have understood that the system isn't working in the favor of the less privileged. I can boldly tell you that 95% of the policies of the government of this country today, based on my experience of over 20-something years abroad, is anti-people. I can boldly tell you guys that 99.9% of our political actors of today do not have the people at heart. And the people today, they have begun to see some of these things and they are getting worried. When the palliative was out, nobody fucks them. The big majority took all the palliatives and give to their girlfriends, to their mistresses, to their family members, leaving the people to be hungry. Many of us in diaspora actually decided to start doing our own palliative. I knew myself and my friends, we actually also raised some money to support ourselves back in Nigeria. But when it now comes to COVID-19 vaccines, the government is saying either you take it or you die. But that was not done when food was being shared. You see, guys, the things I do, I systematically sit down to do analysis of every step that I take. That was why I said yesterday, we were in the diasporas are the last hope, particularly of the Edo's people. We've lived our lives outside. I want to say many of us who have lived our lives outside should start thinking like where we are. We should try to take away the myopic setting of the black man mentality. It has destroyed us. It has done us no good, and it is still destroying us till tomorrow. The only way you can actually get the best out of the worst is when you decide to listen to the voice of reasoning and understand the true nature of humans. We aren't animals. We have the right to think, to reason, and to decide what we feel is best for us. If the governor of Edo State, His Excellency Governor Rasul Obaseki, believes that COVID-19 vaccine is for the good of the people, I will urge him, as a matter of fact, to educate their people on the benefit of the vaccination. I am not against COVID-19 vaccination. I will never be against it. But the idea of you making it compulsory without letting the people know why becomes questionable. And many people have asked questions on why the companies who are manufacturing these vaccines are not taking responsibility for any liability that would have emanated from the intake of this vaccine. No answer have been able to be given. How will I take in something that you, the manufacturer, is not even sure of? Who will buy a car that the manufacturer will tell you, sir, I don't even know if the brake is working on. Will you take such a car home? Or you are going to buy a house and they will tell you, I'm not even sure of the foundation of the house. Will you take your money, buy the house and move into such a home? Even when you are being forced to do it? We are taking the vaccine for safety. If our safety is not guaranteed by the manufacturers of the vaccine, then where does the safety lie? That is what some of us are talking about. That's where we are coming from. Why forcing it on me when you're not even sure this vaccine is going to stop me from contracting COVID-19? Why trying to make me look as if I'm disobedient to a constituted authority? When the constituted authority have not been able to prove to me why I should accept what I think is not working for me, guys. So, sir, before you call someone like me a fool, you have to define, like I said, go and read the meaning of the word fools. Do you know if you write W to you who wrote it is W. On the person who wrote it on the other side is M. If you turn it around, it will give you E. If you turn it again to the other side, it's going to give you 3. So it depends on the side you are seeing the W from. The perspective you see it from will determine the meaning of that very particular letter, W. Can be a W to you, can be an M to someone else, can be an E to other, it can be a 3 to another. It all depends on where you're seeing it from. So don't judge people based on your point of perspective. Jump into their shoe. Try to understand where they are seeing it from. What is the perspective at that point in time, guys? Okay? I'm not against Obaseki, guys. People feel I'm against him, no? People today who are actually clamoring, jumping around now like rat because of political appointment. They didn't do half of what we did for Obaseki and to emerge. And if it's not doing well, I will continually talking. I will talk until 2024 when his appointment as the governor will elapse and we'll appoint another one again. I can't keep quiet. If you promised me and you failed, you've disappointed me. So trust is no more there. And one thing that keeps relationship is trust. When trust eludes relationship, then the relationship becomes sour. We gave you the matter on trust, and we expected you to actually act on the basis of trust. There's no sentiment attached to what I do. There's no emotional attachment to what I do. I'm being realistic. I'm being factual. And I say things the way I feel it ought to be said. So when people come out here just to sing your praise because they feel that's the only way they can get across to you and get to the corridor of power to make money. We who are on the left-hand side of the device, we always come to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. My plan for you, Your Excellency, sir, is for you to succeed. If you can go back to all my videos I did during the election and after the election, I have atomized over 40 different ways in which Edo can be great again. You can go watch that. So when I talk, I don't just talk, I talk with solutions. I'm not a political jobber, neither am I a political sycophant. I'm not one of those youths who believe that the only way they can succeed is to jump into the corridor of power and make wealth without working. I'm one of those who believe hard working actually pays. If you live in Scandinavia, if you live in Norway, Denmark, Finland, or Sweden, you understand making money in those countries is like a camel passing through the eyes of a needle. You work your ass out, you pay heavily tax, then you need to manage to save for the rainy day. That is the nations that I was built on. That's the nation where I grew from, I came out from. So that's why I don't live my life beyond what I can carry. What people have don't entice me. I always believe in doing things the right way, leaving my name for the best. So anyone calling us who are standing on this party fool, I think you need to listen to my video again, over and again, you understand who the fool is, really is, guy. Steven, your mouth, eh? I'm not a social media influencer, guys. Okay. All my videos are educative. I teach, even when I'm angry. You must get fat from me. What I do, guys, is not to make money. Okay? I'm not online to make money. I don't even have, you see, I use my private page. I have pages. I have United Southern Nigeria. I have Matter Rising with Humanist Steven. I'm the owner of Scandia Christian Farms page. So very many. You know, I have a leadership tutorial. I have so very many, but I don't use them because it's not about money. It is about giving my people the little of the wisdom that God gave to me. I don't have a Facebook page. I use Naija Wash. I have YouTube. I have a YouTube, but I use Naija Wash. It's not about the money. If you benefit from my little wealth of knowledge, that's all I need. That's a pride in me. I've mentored a lot of people. I've tutored a lot of people through this channel, and they've respected my person. So guys, let us always stand on the side of truth, no matter who is affected. The governor, you are a governor today does not mean you are more intelligent than everyone. So the guy who said we are fools, that the governor knows more than we know. No, sir, he doesn't know more than we know. It's only accrued to more information than we do. The governor is just an investment banker, not a medical personnel. Simple. So he doesn't know more than we do. He might have more information than we do because of his position as a governor. That's the difference. That's just a simple truth. It's not Mr. Know-it-all. No one actually does know it all. We know in parts. Our knowledge, our wisdom end in parts. So that's why I'm always there to read, to listen, and take decisive advices from people. Because it is not about certificate. Like I said, I'm not even educated. I didn't even finish secondary school self. Okay, guys, I had nothing. There are many professors today who cannot even stand and speak eloquently. So it's not about the paper that the education, qualification that you have, whether you have it in US or wherever you have it. That's not the important. The important thing is the wisdom to pilot the affair of a people. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all again, once more again, for always coming on when I call. Let continually to tell the corridor of power the truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, nothing but the truth, my people. Nothing but the truth. Let's continue to say it. I raise. How on a day now? Yeah, now round up on this particular video. I appreciate every one of you. We are coming back again straight away. Thank you, my good people right there. For those of you who joined us this morning, I can see every one of you right there. 1 or 2 persons trying to call into this right now. I don't know. Let me see. Hello. Good afternoon to you. Your name and where you're calling us from. Hello. Turn down your system. Hello.
Hello.
Turn down your system.
Yeah, I turned the system already.
Okay. Are you watching us right now?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
So I'm from Italy.
Okay, talk to me, sir. Go ahead.
I want to respond to what Human Steven said.
Okay.
About education.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Education makes you rule. You don't lead with education. Education don't make you a leader. You rule with education. This is with the knowledge of God you lead.
Yeah.
So you lead with the knowledge of God. You only rule with education knowledge.
Yeah.
So to find a good leader is a leader that lives with the knowledge of God.
Okay, sir.
That is why today in the world is going more bad daily because we have no longer leaders.
You're right.
We have no longer leaders again. Every day in the world, we now have rulers. We don't have leaders any longer.
Which is very bad.
Now, if you are expecting the world to be better like 20 years ago, you are totally a failure because we are no longer leaders in the world. We have rulers. So leader lead with the knowledge of God. When a ruler rule with education knowledge.
Anyway, I just learned from that.
So a leader, because this thing, you sit down and look. If you are expecting the world now to enjoy the world like 20 years ago, be totally a failure. Because we have no longer leaders in the world. Even Europe you are talking about now, it is coming badly now. Because we are no longer leaders. Even America you are talking about, we have no longer better leaders that thinks for everybody. So the world is coming more devilish daily. Because a ruler dwells in the midst of devil. When a leader leads with the knowledge of God.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir.
You understand me?
Thank you. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you, sir.
You understand? Okay, look the religion aspect tomorrow. You understand me?
Yeah.
Look at the religion aspect tomorrow. Because every religion, they are now moving it with educational knowledge. It's no longer of God. They are on their personal human decision.
All right. Thank you, sir.
So, good afternoon, my brother.
Good afternoon, sir. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed weekend. Thank you, sir.
So, happy day next time.
Bye. Yeah. All right. Our elderly brother right there said we don't have leaders anymore. We have rulers. And I support him on that. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. I appreciate every one of you. Mr. Stephen Iramator is live now on Naija Watch. Please, we are rounding up on this one now. Please join him. He's on live on that one where you can interact directly with him. He's live right now. Please join him right now. Just refresh and see him on live on Naija Watch. Thank you very much and God bless you all.